Now I am become death, destroyer of worlds. There's a lot that I would like to speak on today that I feel is incredibly important. And yes, I am a little drunk, but that happens. Alright? That happens. But I've been very much in my feels today about my father passing away a few years ago. He was very important to me. And he left behind a lot of books. And I grabbed a lot of books before they would get thrown away by any number of my relatives who honestly did not care about the books. He was very much a wonderful man. Okay, a little bit of backstory. I was adopted when I was 3 years old by the people who fostered, basically, my mom, my biological mom, whenever she was a teenager. She wasn't fit to be a parent at the time, which happens. A lot of people have a child and they just happen to not be fit to be a parent. And it just so happened that my adoptive mom and dad were okay with adopting me and my brother, because the state took us away from them. And instead of going into the system, we were adopted by her foster parents. Because she was taken away at an early age from her mom, because her mom was an alcoholic and maybe habitual drug user. Nobody really talks about it in the family, so we don't really I don't really try to think about that. All I know is that she is still an alcoholic and she still drinks regularly, as far as I know. And and yes, I'm an alcoholic too, but it's not a gigantic problem for me. Yeah, it's a problem, but it's a problem I'll deal with later. I don't have children right now. Nobody's going to take children away from me because I don't have children. But I would hope to at least shape up myself a bit when I do have children, because I don't want to treat them the same way that I've been treated in the past 2 generations, and my mom was treated in the past couple generations. Addiction is a very serious topic, and we can discuss that later at a different time. But my adoptive parents, Helen and Bill Graff, Papa and Nanny, as we used to call them, because I don't know why we called them that, honestly. It just kind of stuck for a very long time. Papa was one of the most intelligent people that I've ever met. Whenever he was 18 or 19, he joined the military. He served the country as a paper pusher during the Korean War. He never called himself a veteran because he didn't want to demean those who actually went over and fought during the war. And then after the war, he went to seminary. I believe he went to seminary after the war and not before. He went to seminary and then dropped out of seminary and joined the postal office, the United Postal Service. And from the point that he joined the Postal Service until he was about 60 to 65, he was a Postal Service member. So for most of his life, he worked the same job every single day. Mind you, this was before cars were like a giant thing in the Postal Service too. So he would walk in the country and in the city, depending on his route each day. He would walk and during snow, rain, etc., to deliver mail for people. But he was also super intelligent. He was one of the most intelligent people that I've ever known. He had several books on Latin, Greek grammar there at home, and he taught me several things about Romance languages, things that I would not have thought about before, but I would eventually have to think about as a polyglot. And honestly, it was him who inspired me to want to speak languages and learn languages. We're packing today. My girlfriend and I have started packing away, and we're moving to South Carolina, which is why I brought all this up, because I'm in my feelings right now about the books that I've had to pack away and the books that I've had to keep. And my girlfriend was like, well, you can't take them all with you. And I was like, well, I'm going to have to. See, my dad and mom, when they died, were really old. They died whenever I was 19 or 20. I can't remember the exact time frame. It wasn't a good time. It was not a good time in my life whenever they passed away. I fell into this immense depression, and I really couldn't feel, so to speak, anymore. I remember after Mom dying, everything just felt so uncomfortable and so hot that I would stick my head into the freezer in order to not feel anything anymore. And I wanted to feel something after my mom died. And I would just stick my head into the freezer. Sorry, my phone is blowing up. It's okay. It's okay. Oh, shit. And I know this is a serious video and that I'm on the verge of crying over here because of all these things that I'm feeling. And I didn't necessarily want to expose my YouTube audience to this. But I feel like if you guys wanted to get to know the real me, you would have to know this side of me. I have a pretty tragic backstory, and it sucks. Whenever my dad passed away, because I felt that everybody was just gonna ignore the books that he felt were so important, because he collected so many books in his lifetime. And he would throw away a lot of books too, and we had an entire barn full of books because he never got out of the habit of reading. And I know he was a Christian because he would read the Bible even up to the point of his death. And he did go to, of course, seminary and ministry school to become a minister, and then dropped out to go into the Postal Service. But it's those memories of him reading the Bible that still kind of affect me even to this day. Even though I'm an atheist and I do not have any belief in the Bible or in gods or whatever Christians believe nowadays. But when he died, I was afraid that people were going to just throw away the books. And I decided, you know what? I'm going to get these books. And I'm going to take the books and I'm going to grab them out before somebody else decides, you know what? We're just going to throw them all away. And I grabbed as many books as I could. It was a lot of effort to grab the books that I got. And it was like maybe a fifth of his collection. And today, as I was packing and I was grabbing books from the shelves, trying to pick out which books I was going to keep and which books I weren't going to keep, I realized I could have grabbed a lot more in order to protect his legacy. And there's just this rush of... there was this rush of nostalgia, of regret, of pain just rushing through me. I grabbed this book that he gave me whenever I was 5 or 6 years old. It was a complete Calvin and Hobbes collection. And he bought it for me specifically, and I grabbed it out of the closet because I was trying to decide what I was going to keep and what I wasn't going to keep, and I don't know, I just felt really sad. And thinking about it now makes me really sad because I was like, you know what? This is one of the first books that he ever got me. And it meant a lot to me. Because he meant a lot to me. And now I'm crying for some reason. You guys are my best friends in the world. I'm about to move to another state that I've never even been to before. And I hope that it's going to be a good move. And I just wanted to make sure that the books were taken with me. Yeah. I'm not even sure if I'm going to upload this or not. Like I said, I've been drinking, so I apologize. I'm probably going to continue drinking for a little bit, go to sleep, record the podcast in the morning, and then I will be live streaming at 5 o'clock my time. I think I'll be doing the complete Navajo Duolingo series if I can manage to make that function on my phone, because I can't find my camera anywhere. And I don't want to record from my computer because my computer sucks. And I just want to thank you guys for coming on to the channel. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you.